That's the difference between a fucking loser and a winner. Winners want to win. They do the work to win.
Black Ocean says, when you start doing well, how do you manage ungrateful and poisonous people in your immediate family who you love?
Ooh, who you love, huh? That's fucked up. Number one, people can only be ungrateful if you're giving them things. They can only be ungrateful if you've given them something that they need to be grateful for. My 3-sentence Quran, my 3-sentence Bible. I wrote this so that this will be a simple guide for mankind. Number one, be yourself. Number two, be good to yourself. So remember, be good to yourself first. You got to give to yourself first. And then number three, be good to good people. Well, you said they're ungrateful and what else?
Poisonous.
Poisonous. Be good to good people. Don't break the law, saint. Don't break the law. It will only lead you to pain. When you maintain these three things, it maintains happiness. So that 3-sentence Bible is a guidance to you and a guidance to all of us. Be good to good people. If they're not good people, there's no need for you to invest your goodness into them. It's a waste.
Black Ocean said, homeless guy asked me for money for food. Instead, I bought him a sandwich and chips and a juice. As I drove off, I saw them throw it in the trash.
Damn, goddamn. Hey, Black Ocean, I've already told several stories similar to this. That's why I wrote the 3-sentence Bible. That's the exact reason. Christianity on a philosophical basis tells you to turn the other cheek, which is somebody reach back like a pimp and bend a new backslap that'll park you like a Cadillac. Pow! The Christian perspective is to turn the other cheek, which is to expose yourself to be slapped yet again. That's the Christian perspective. And I was like, that's not quite right. Last time I checked, that'd get you slapped 2 times. The Muslim perspective is that, well, if they reach back and pimp slap you, you have the right to slap them back. You have the right. It's better to be forgiving. I was like, that's a little more reasonable. That's a little more natural. But I said, what if we could skip all that and not be around people who want to slap you? What if we could skip all that and be good to good people and we don't have to deal with the lower people? We can just be among the saints. That's what I'd rather do. We wrote that 3-sentence Bible to protect you. And you're right, man. There's some people who are just wicked. And sometimes I read the comments and I see wickedness and I don't respond because there's no profit in it. Those people are invisible to me. And hopefully those people who are black-hearted like you encountered, make them invisible to you.
Osgood Day says, joining this community was a smart decision for me. I've learned the hard way to utilize the game I have access to more fluently. Wow,
shout out to the saint. And you know, as they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. I find it funny to me when people want me to be sympathetic for losers, when I say, how can you be a loser in 2021? You can go on Google and find all the information in the world. The knowledge of the whole planet Earth is at your fingertips. Now, if it was 1960, yeah, tell me your sad story. I'm black, I can't vote. Yeah, tell me your sad story. But in 2020, I don't want to hear you're unemployed. You can create a job out of nothing. You can literally show your butthole on onlyfans.com and get paid for that. That's crazy. Like, I have an assistant who has an OnlyFans for her feet. Not Brandy, okay? Like, no, I'm not gonna name any names. You guys know I got a couple assistants. You're just gonna have to wonder who it is. But just for her feet, taking pictures and videos of her feet only. If you don't know how to make any money in 2021, you are fucking up, okay? No one else. It's you, and that's okay. Sometimes we fuck up. Sometimes we're without knowledge. But realize you have the access to the whole world of wisdom. And if you're not using it, that's your fault. That's why I always respect the saints who come in the door and say, damn, like the game is all over here. Let me just take one thing and put it into practice. And I know it works because every day I get DMs, Marquett, I lost 30 pounds. Or Marquett, I lost 10 kilos. And I'm like, God damn, how much is that? You know, Americans don't fuck with the metric system. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Or Marquett, man, like I went from 0, I got a whole stable of women right now. Or man, I just got a promotion in my job. I did what we talked about in our consultation. I know the game works. I've done it. I didn't write the black box for fun. Anyone who knows business knows that books have a low profit margin. I built my career in software. That's the highest profit margin of any industry. I'm a fool to take time out of my day to write a goddamn book. It does not make money. Books are trash as a business. Amazon takes 60% of the sales price. Huh? I don't like businesses like that. No, sir. I wrote it for you. I wrote it because you need to read it. I wrote it so your life will be easier. You will not have to have struggle. You will not have to lose money on bad decisions. You will not have to suffer for vices. I wrote it for you. The least you can do is help your damn self.
Dylan says, just bought the black box.
Shout out to Dylan. And while I'm preaching, let me tell you this. My hourly rate, I'm not going to tell you what my hourly rate is. You wouldn't fucking believe it. But let me tell you this, the people I pay, like when I pay my accountant charges $400 per hour. So just imagine if I pay other people $400 per hour, imagine what I make per hour to be able to pay them that. Now, let me fuck your head up. If I'm making more than my accountant, which I am, and he's making $400 per hour, and I write a book over a motherfucking 10-year period, and you can buy the book for $10 at www.thesasn.com. You buy the book for $10. Do you think you paid what the book is worth? Because it took me years to write it. No, you got the greatest deal in world history. That's why I love reading. I will never meet Napoleon Hill, but I can buy his book, How to Think and Grow Rich. I will never meet Dale Carnegie, but I can buy his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I will never meet the Sun Tzu, but I can buy his, actually he didn't even write a book, but whatever. I can still buy The Art of War. And here's the difference between me and a loser. A loser reads The Art of War. He's like, man, that was a great book. I read it in 2 days. I get The Art of War, read it 30 times and have memorized it. And if you've ever hung around me, you might hear me say something like, attack soldiers in the evening when they are dull and homesick. I can recount every meaningful point in The Art of War. You are infinite. You begin and end again like sun and moon. You leave and return like the 4 seasons. I can continue quoting the Sun Tzu, Art of War, for the next 30 minutes, and I don't have to think about it. That's the difference between a fucking loser and a winner. Winners want to win. They do the work to win. They respect real knowledge. They respect wise men. I respect Sun Tzu. If Sun Tzu was here today, I would never say some dumb shit like, hey, let me debate you. Let me spar with you. I'm not worthy of debating him. I'm not worthy of sparring with him. I would say, can you teach me something? I would get a consultation from him. Because I have enough fucking common sense to know I can benefit from this great man who's in my presence. But in the absence of him, I'm a damn sure read that book. Because if I could spend $15 and get a lifetime worth of information, shit. Oh, I know how to spend $15. Absolutely. And I spent $15 and still to this day, I use Sun Tzu. Master Sun Tzu says, defense implies lack. Offense implies abundance. Wow. Like I can keep going. And I use this stuff in my real life. And if you're a member at www.thesasn.com, you can search, or Patreon / The Saint and the Sinner spelled out, you can search Art of War. And I give a book review on The Art of War by Sun Tzu.